Word up, everybody. Welcome to Word of the Day with Comedians. I'm your host, Deader Dennis Maller, and today on the program, my guest, Will Abeles.
Hello. Hi.
All right, Will, a good comedian friend, is one of those that we meet never in the town that we are from. We just keep meeting on the road in different places.
Yeah.
He's going to be starting a new tour again this year, which will be fun for him because we're going to give him a great new word to use on the road when he meets other comedians.
All right, here we go.
And your word of the day is meritorious. And I love doing pronunciation, so let's go ahead and make sure I pronounce that the correct way.
Meritorious.
Yes, meritorious. Meritorious is your word. Meritorious means deserving of honor or esteem. And comedians, we are well familiar with esteem, mostly self-esteem.
Yeah. That's funny. I was thinking it was like now that you've like said the definition, I'm like, oh yeah, that word makes a lot of sense. It's like merit. Yeah. Like, but my brain was like meteor, like I was like space stuff. Yeah.
Oh, meritorious. You know, the thing that came down and destroyed and killed all the dinosaurs. Meritorious.
Yeah. Yeah. They just got their own movie. Don't Look Up. Yeah. Meritorious. That's such a good word for a comic because there's like. All we do is just like try and achieve different merits, right? And none of them are good enough, so you're just constantly doing it over and over and over again. You can never just stop and like take a break and just breathe for a second, you know. Or
your Boy Scouts, they have the merit badge. So then I guess prior to whenever this word kind of fell out of thing, they had the meritorious badges and they just shortened it.
Did they? Is that true?
No idea. It was just.
Oh my God, that sounded true.
Right? Hey, you know what? Again, us comedians so great at deception, even deceiving each other.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Deserving of honor or esteem. I don't think. Yeah, I mean that's the other thing though. Is like we're not really deserving of any honor. You know.
No.
Yeah, like no one's walking around just like, oh man, like that hero talking about his dick up there. You know. Really, just I needed this today.
The merit of dick jokes. Along with our word of the day is always a fun fact, a Did You Know? And today's Did You Know is brought to you by Merriam-Webster, not a sponsor yet. Come on, Frank Webster or Little Webster. I don't care. Emmanuel Lewis, are you in charge of Merriam-Webster? Someone tweet at Emmanuel Lewis and tell him to sponsor this podcast. I got bills to pay.
Mary Webster, yeah.
So here you go. The Merriam-Webster Did You Know about the word meritorious is people who demonstrate meritorious behaviors certainly earn our respect. And you can use the fact to remember that meritorious comes from the Latin verb merēre, which means to earn. By the way, if I got merēre wrong, M-E-R-E with a line over R-E, I'm okay with getting words wrong when I pronounce them because I went to 6 years of community college and didn't graduate.
Wow, 6 years. Look at you. You're like a doctor. You're like a doctor at community college.
There was also a lot of semesters where I just took one class.
How did you do it 6 years? How was it that long?
I had three. I got three. Technically, was supposed to graduate with 3 degrees. So I did three programs. I did audio production, television production, and broadcast journalism. Got it. Or as they call it now, audio production, video production, because radio and TV don't mean anything to people.
I know. I have a TV. My major was TV production. That's not.
But you've been on TV. But I haven't.
Yeah, that's fair.
You have legit TV creds. I have background actor of Hulu's Castle Rock.
Hey, listen, don't knock. Background work's good work. You know, it's hard work. That's the salt of the earth in TV.
I love it because all you got to do. Here's the entire point of background work. Don't look at the camera. Don't fall down unless they ask you to, and then that's it.
I got fired from background work because I couldn't stop looking at the camera. I was doing like Days of Our Lives or like some soap opera, and because I mean like I do know how like I studied that stuff in college, so I was like, oh, this is kind of cool being on set, and I was just sitting at like the fake bar, and I was watching the camera for like 5 minutes. Like I was just like looking at the camera and I was like, man, this camera's really cool. And I was like trying to like, figure out what type of what. And then I hear cut and I was like, we were fucking rolling? So I just like and it was like a really dark, it was like a really deep scene. Like the two people were like, it was like someone's like revealing a murder or something. And then I'm just sitting at the bar staring at the camera, and then they never asked me to come back after that.
I just like
we didn't do a second.
They're filming and doing dialogue. You're just like,
I was like, that camera's really cool. And like, yeah.
Is that a 35 millimeter lens? Is that a prime lens?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'm just like watching this camera, just staring at it. And then we didn't do a second take, so I don't know what. I never watched the show, so I don't know what they did with it. But I know that I wasn't invited back after that.
Oh. All right. So back to the did you know? Nowadays, the rewards earned for meritorious acts are likely to be in immaterial nature: gratitude, admiration, praise, etc. But that wasn't always so. The history of meritorious recalls a reward more concrete in nature: money. Cha-ching. In Latin, meritus literally means bringing in the money. Oh,
So you're buying respect, you're not earning respect. Oh my God, this is just the most capitalist course. Of course, with today, this is where it's gonna go. You know, we find this nice word about earning respect, and it actually just means you only get respect if you're rich.
yes, that's pretty much what the world we live in today. We only, it's half the country here loves millionaires and wanting them to be meritorious, and the other half of the world wants to eat the meritorious.
Yeah, right. I like a good Mark Cuban rich. You know, like that's the kind of rich I like. It's just the rest. They're like, yeah, well, I don't know. Like they're like probably all at some ceremony sacrificing a baby to some blood god, just keep their wealth, and then they're all gonna leave us when the planet explodes.
So that's basically meritorious started out as giving giving esteem to rich people. Now it means to give deserving of honor, and then in the future it will mean people who eat babies.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's where it's gonna go. I'm so mad. It all just comes back to that, you know. There's nothing good in the world anymore.
Okay. Now that we have selected our word and defined it, we shall now create a sentence using that word in context, and we will use the current modern day context of it. But I still think maybe we should somehow include eating babies.
Look, no, we can't include the eating no, that means the terrorists win. We can't let Zuckerberg
the future
win.
rich baby eaters win.
Yeah. We gotta.
Which, by the way, I love the Rick and Morty thought that just went through my brain of us saying this, and all of a sudden a portal opens us behind me, and then just rich dudes in red robes come in. They're like, this is the moment where the world has changed. Thank you, Dennis. We all came to observe it. Goodbye.
Yeah,
and then they get back in the portal and leave, and I'm like, were we rolling?
Yeah, this is where the timeline varies. It just goes off because of you and I just redefining this word to be about eating dead babies. But the word is not about eating dead babies. It's the people that the word was about. They're the ones eating the dead babies.
Yes. Okay.
We're not eating dead babies. Let's be clear about this.
We also do not support baby eating here at Word of the Day with Will Abeles.
Please don't. Please, we highly recommend not doing that.
Also, our sentences always have to have a subject of them. The subject is a person. So what is the name of a person? Could be a proper noun, could just be a name we make up, of somebody who would be deserving of being called meritorious.
I was going with Betty White.
Okay.
I think she's deserving of honor.
Rest in peace, Betty White, and I will say that out loud because I've also trolled a lot of people who are big Betty White fans when she died.
Oh, so. let's do Dolly Parton then, since she's alive.
Okay.
Dolly and Betty are kind of like they're on the, you know, yeah, they're up on the top for me.
All right. So what is a sentence that we can talk about Dolly Parton's meritorious? She helped create the vaccine.
What?
Did you not know that? She funded vaccine research for COVID-19.
Holy crap! Oh my God, I hate this. I can't tell when you're being serious. Can't tell when you're joking.
I don't know. Look it up.
I don't know if I knew that.
Dolly Parton gets shot a vaccine she helped fund. March of this year, which, by the way, I got I just want to point out I was vaccinated before Dolly Parton.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, because I was also a guinea pig.
Yeah, I had to wait until April because DoorDashers didn't qualify. It was like, we can deliver your food. Like it was, yeah. I lied and said I was a teacher and went and got it. Well, I'm also in Tennessee now, so no one got it.
Yeah. No.
Like there was like there was no wait in line. Like it was just like, yeah. So.
I like how DoorDashers would deliver vaccines, but they weren't allowed to take vaccines.
Yeah.
So singer Dolly Parton turned her coronavirus vaccination into a public service announcement for the vaccine, complete with a song. Vaccine, 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 vaccine. She sang to the tune of Jolene, one of her early hits. Oh, really? Is it one of her big hits? I didn't know that. I'm begging for you, please don't hesitate. Let's get to the part of it where they talk about, here we go. She wasn't kidding. Last spring, Parton donated $1 million to Vanderbilt University Medical Center for development of the Moderna vaccine.
And isn't that just the irony that Vanderbilt's the one working on it, and then no one in Tennessee will take it? Like, Nashville's fine. Like, everyone in Nashville gets it, but, like, that's just, oh, wow. There it is. There it is. Okay, Dolly.
And by the way, come on, Tennessee, get on that. It's locally sourced, literally.
And Dolly, it's Dolly.
All right, everybody, we have officially picked our word of the day. We have defined it, and we have created a sentence using it in context. And to give you all that is my guest, Will Abeles.
All right, and the word of the day is meritorious, and that means deserving of honor or esteem. Right? Okay, here we go. So the sentence we put together. Despite the hesitance of Tennesseans getting the vaccine, I'm not allowed to go to open mics, I'm realizing. We can't. They're going to like ban me from open mics. They're like, oh, you got a problem? I'm like, hey, none of you are actually from Tennessee. Why do you care? Despite the hesitance of Tennesseans getting the vaccine, they were warmed over by the meritorious of Dolly Parton's $1 million donation and her Jolene parody, but still didn't get it because freedom!
Perfect. Excellent. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. We have officially expanded our vocabulary by one more word today. Thank you so much for watching. And, of course, thanks to my guest, Will Abeles, for being here and helping me through this. And, Will, tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Will Abeles Comedy, and you can also go to willabelescomedy.com for all my upcoming tour dates and show dates and that kind of stuff. And then you can check out my new podcast that I do with Drew Harrison called My Funny Friends, where we interview comics that I knew back in New York, and we talk about their journey through comedy and like their childhood and whether that contributed to their comedy or if it doesn't contribute to their comedy, and it's usually a pretty good time. But you can check that out every Tuesday. New episodes are released wherever you listen to podcasts, and you can check it on YouTube on Drew Harrison's page.
Excellent. And all the links will be in the description. And of course, if you use today's word of the day, I would love to hear about it. So leave how you use today's word in context or out of context in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and word up.